Hello everyone. I am coming at you today from the corner of a room. I wanted to actually just kind of make a video. I had someone ask me, how did you do it? How did you leave the corporate life and go pursue, your own thing? And I never kind of really, I always thought about this, but I never thought about really putting that together in pieces because it really is a lot. Um, so it's not a it's not a short story, and I will actually be just getting to the gist of it in this story, and then I may share other parts of the story because each part is its own part, but I will at least talk briefly about it. So, how I did it? Well, one very key part of this was love. Sorry, guys. Um, so, yeah, love. Um, I found a love that was very different than any other love that I had, or any other connection that I had ever had. So it was significant in my life, and it actually catapulted me to start working on myself, like my life, my self-improvement journey, my self-healing journey, because I wanted to be able to have a connection that lit me on fire like that and sustain it and have it be healthy and for me to be happy. So that's a story in itself, and I probably will share. It's a cute little story, kind of. But I'll probably share it. So that got me into my self-improvement journey, and that was probably 4 to 6 years. Actually, that doesn't even matter. That's my timeline. I want to remind everyone that we are all different and we are on different timelines, and we move through life at different speeds, but collectively. So I'm not going to give time frames, although we were probably going through something similar in our time frames in our lives, or not. Maybe so, maybe not. Anyway, so that that self-improvement journey, starting that, helped me to realize and become more aware that I was not truly happy where I was. And so then I started to ask myself and focus on myself to figure out what it is that makes me happy. Like, what do I like to do? What do I already do? What do I do naturally? What makes me feel good when I'm doing it? That could be something that could help others, because I've always wanted to help others. So that led me to kind of looking more into my purpose, which also was I was at the same time I was working on my physical health, my mental health, and my spiritual health. So let me see, because I wrote down a little bit of notes. So then as I was becoming more and more sad at work, I started to think about more like definite, what is that? What is that for me? And so I kind of came up with a destination, like, I want to do this, I want to be this. This is kind of something that I've always wanted but never really pursued. Even that same thing in a work environment, I never really was able to. I like to coach, so I used to want to be a trainer. anything in the teaching, like, you know, helping others in that way, I feel I do well with. So I came up with that destination, and then I started planning it and working it, um, like on my off time, on my personal time, for myself. And so then I got to a point where I was like, okay, I already know that I am not going to I'm not going to stay. So I gave myself a timeline, and then, long story short on that, because that's another story, so is a lot of these little stories, or parts of this story. But so a situation happened at work where I felt severely underappreciated, and so that caused me to separate from that environment sooner than anticipated, or sooner than the original timeline. And then so that was that, you know, that became, that's where I did. So I did it, and I had actually left a time before, but I didn't have a destination when I left that time. I only just knew I just didn't want to be there, and I was like, I'll just try to figure it out. And I went to school for a little thing, but I wasn't ready at that point in time. So I quickly went back into corporate. So this time I was like, I'm giving myself another chance. And I always say I give 2 chances because I always give myself another chance. But after that, it's questionable. Okay? So I said I'm going to give myself another chance, and I went all in this time. Now, I want you guys to know that there are still challenges. Life is not, well, life is beautiful, but there are still challenges, right? But it's been lovely, and I really enjoy my freedom. I enjoy my life. I'm very happy, supported, loved. So yeah, I hope my story, wait, let me actually, sorry guys, let me make sure I have, yeah, so that was mainly what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I hope that something in this video helps you out, and I appreciate you stopping by and listening, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye guys.